How to unlock the songwriting process. Finding inspiration can be really difficult, especially when you're starting out, so here are a few tips to help you with that. Experiences are a great start when you're writing a song. You can call on where you've been, who you were with, what you were doing. All of these things are great to throw together, so you could say, I like to use the example of going on a date. If you go on a date with somebody, you can say where you went, what you did, what she looked like, how you were dressed, what the waiter said, what she said you should do, how the evening developed. These are great experiences to call on when you're writing a song. With the invention of AI, you can now use AI to generate images and use images to inspire you, maybe make you think of a different way to approach a scenario. If you want to write a song about a school, you could type in a picture of a school and maybe it will draw a picture of a school, but there will be different nuances in the picture that I go, oh yeah, I could sing about that, or that's a really good link up to this metaphor that I'm using in a song. If you don't have any preconceived ideas going into writing a song, you can just let AI go crazy and it will just write you a picture or draw you a picture, and that might inspire you in a whole different way. Another good way to find inspiration is just by listening to your favourite songs. What songs are you listening to at the moment? Do you listen to loads of different music? Do you listen to one genre? Do you listen to one artist? All of these things you can then change into inspiration. If there's lots of slow songs, you might be able to write a slow song because that's what you like listening to. If there's lots of upbeat, happy songs, you're more likely to be able to write a happy song just because that's what you're used to. Listening to other songs can also help manipulate your tone of voice into sounding a lot like another artist. But if you listen to a lot of Rag and Bowman, you might have that really strong voice in your song just because that's what you like listening to and that's how you've been inspired. If you listen to softer singing people such as Sam Tompkins or anyone else that you listen to, they still have great power, but the voice, it has a softness behind it that you could implement into your songs. Writing lyrics can be really difficult, especially when you're starting out, so here are a few tips to help. Brainstorming helps massively because you can get all your ideas down in one go. You can draw like one center word, so let's say you use love, and then you can base all your other words around that relate to love. Once we've got down all the main ideas, we can have sub-ideas. So say for walks, you could go for a walk in the forest or the harbour or just in town. This then gives you a template to write a song on lots of different topics to talk about, all around the same word. Quick interruption, if you're finding value in this lesson, make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It helps me out more than you know and I really appreciate it. The second tip I would give is to restrict your ideas to one topic. Meaning if you're writing a love song, don't halfway through talk about family holiday in Greece. You know, keep it around the same topic. That way your song will flow more like a story and your viewer will appreciate it. Lyric structure is also really important, but I've already done a video just up there that talks you through that, so you can go and check that out if you've got any questions about lyric structure. Ensuring all the syllables of your lyrics line up as well is really, really useful because it means that the song will flow nicely from one idea to another. My final tip helps with selecting a chord progression. Most songs are written with a 1-5-3-2 progression, so you can play songs like What Do You Mean by Justin Bieber, as well as Hole by Sam Tompkins, as well as a whole plethora of Charlie Puth songs. The reason this is used is because it feels like it's resolved, but it still leads to the one chord. This will give your song a really familiar feel, make it basically charts ready in terms of how it sounds acoustically. Another option is a 1-4-5. This is very popular in bluesier music. John Mayer uses this in a lot of pop tracks, so it definitely works. You can see examples of this in something like Olivia, that is definitely a 1-4-5, but also in country music, they use 1-4-5, like Russell Dickinson's Honey, that's a 1-4-5 progression as well. This also massively restricts you in terms of what you can do chord-wise, because there's actually not that many chords that go together. You might have seen videos online that are like, oh, you can play every pop song over these 4 chords. It's because they all are the same 4 chords, they're just maybe moved in a different key. This takes the struggle of writing chord progressions out of the equation because they're all the same. Feel free to play around with inversions of these chords. Da, 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 da. That's 1-5-3-2 progression. But feel free to play around with inversions and you'll get a very individual sound, which means that it won't sound the same as everyone's progression, even though it still leads you where you want to go. The other good thing about using this chord progression is you already know what the 1 is, which means you know what key it's in, which means you can add lead lines over the top very easily. So all that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe, it helps me out a ton. Also check out my shop down below, it will be the first link in the description and the first link in the comments. See you next Saturday. Goodbye!